I am here to give a recap of last year and also to give some updates of what I'll have going on this year. I know that it has been a while since I have been in these YouTube streets. Um, what just happened? I'm not sure what happened. Okay, looks like everything is back going. Um, I decided to go live because it's just easier for me to get the information out without me trying to record it on my phone and then upload it, chopping it up and editing it. It's a lot that I go through to do that, and I don't necessarily have the space. But I wanted to recap what happened last year. So last year is when I started this YouTube channel at the top of the year back in January. So around this time last year, it's been a year now. And when I started it just because I wanted to give like some DIY hairstyles and some, some do-it-yourself tips and tricks. I had just started wearing like clip-in extensions, and I was trying to um, show people what I was doing with that, and just trying different stuff with my hair. And it was just kind of like a beauty channel, a typical kind of beauty channel where I was just doing different things with beauty and hair, and I wanted to share that with other people. Early on into the year, I want to say around March, is when I met Miss Tanya Mason, and she is the founder of My Water Hair Solution. She created My Water Hair Solution and also the holistic approach that I use now in my business. So when I met her, things changed, and things changed quickly, drastically, rapidly. And I was just trying to basically keep YouTube going with all the changes that I was coming into. So I completely like switched gears, because one thing that I want to make very important is the difference between hair care and hairstyling. Now, I've been a licensed cosmetologist for 10 years. 10 years, going on 11, my word. Over a decade now. So with that being said, I know all about like hairstyling, and I know all about what they taught me in beauty school and all of that good stuff. I know that stuff, I know that stuff. But when it came down to hair care, I began to realize that I did not know. And sometimes until you begin to learn what you didn't know, you don't really realize, what you're missing. Um, I have a 1 incher. Oh, I'm not sure what you may be referring to. This an inch. Is it your hair or anyways? So sometimes you don't realize what you're missing until you get to something else new, right? So once Miss Tanya began to teach me about hair care, about true hair care, I realized how much about hair care I didn't know. Um, I realized with like the frequency of shampooing, how often we're shampooing, what we're using in shampoo, things of that nature. I didn't have a whole lot of knowledge, especially for somebody that's been in the industry for like 10 plus years. So me being the type of person that I am, that was a problem for me. And so realizing that there was so much information that I didn't know, and then a lot of things that I was in a sense taught wrong, um, I knew that that was a problem for more than just me. And the struggles that I was facing with my hair and also with clients' hair, finding solutions to that was like, oh my, you know? So I wanted to share that information with other people. Hi, Bertrand. I actually have a 7 incher. Again, what are we talking about, Big Boss? What exactly are we discussing here when it comes to inches? Are we talking hair or what you talking about? Anyways, so learning that I didn't have a whole lot of information and a whole lot of knowledge on actual hair care kind of kicked me into gear about wanting to learn all that I could learn and then applying that information, because I'm not the type of person to get some information and then sit on it and not do nothing with it. I'm also not the type of person to learn something and then not want to go run and share it with others. So that was my goal. And when I got started, the first thing that I like really honed in on was the scalp care, because hardly anybody ever gets scalp care. Hardly anybody has ever seen their scalp up close and personal. Hardly anybody has had, you know, any type of true scalp care to where the issues that they're having with their scalp are being resolved or being managed. Nobody that I knew of. So I was having bad scalp problems. I'm talking, I felt, you know, like psoriasis of the scalp. Like it was everywhere. It was all in my hairline. You know, mind you, I was still using a lot of product. Just hold that in the back of your mind. But it was everywhere. It was all through here. It was real bad in like the middle of my head, the areas that I sweat a lot, which I didn't realize played a factor in what was going on with my hair. So I leaned in on the scalp care. Brings me to switching gears on YouTube, to posting all types of scalp detoxing videos showing the difference between how people's scalp looked when they first came in to what it looked like once I finished with it, which was a big difference. But then it was also the effects of what scalp care was doing for these people. I also wanted that to be showcased. So I realized, like, when I was doing it, that there was a whole arena of scalp detoxing. I'm not going to even say scalp detoxing because that's not what it was called. Dandruff scratching, dandruff removal. Is having a 1-incher good? I'm not sure. If we're talking about what I think we're talking about, having a 1-incher is, well, I would just say I don't think it's desirable to have a 1-incher. I'm sure, you know, they say it's what you do, it ain't what you got, it's what you do with it. So, you know, but 1 inch is, well, it's like, you know, that's like a inch, you know what I'm saying? So an inch of anything typically ain't a whole lot. That's all I'm gonna say when it comes to that. Switching gears, there's a whole arena of dandruff scratching, dandruff removal, ASMR when it comes to dandruff scratching and things like that I didn't know nothing. I had no idea about. All I knew was I learned how to scalp detox. I learned what the effects was and the benefits of doing it was, and I wanted to share that with other people, which is why I started dropping them videos. But then, you know, people kind of started raking me over the coals a little bit because they was like, well, we don't want to hear you talk. And I'm like, well, how the heck are you going to learn anything if I'm not talking to you? And then I realized, like, oh, people just want to see the scalp scratching. They don't want to learn. Okay, so then that kind of made me switch gears too, because my goal here is to educate. Without the knowledge, you can't do nothing about the issues. You know what I'm saying? It's like anything. It's like trying to build something or trying to construct something or trying to fix something without no type of instruction, no type of knowledge about how to make something happen. It's very hard to do if you don't have no knowledge. So my goal was to bring the knowledge about. I went through 2024 kind of like, how can I say it? All gas, no brakes kind of. Like I was just focused on doing what I was doing, but also trying to incorporate sharing what I was doing with the public while I'm doing it. That was challenging. So moving into 2025, my goal is to better focus on separating my clients from my basically my hair care education that I bring to these social media channels. The most that I can do from social media behind the screen is educate and coach and help somebody to understand what I've been helped to understand. That's the most that I can do from a phone screen. Now, somebody sitting in my chair, my goal is to help them with their hair goals. Like, what are you trying to do with your hair? Where are we trying to get to? And that's my focus. How can we get you where you want to be? When it comes to behind this screen, all I can do is talk to try to help the mindset understand. And all I can do is like show what I'm doing and explain it in hopes that it'll grasp the mindset. Because my goal is for women of color to love wearing their own hair, to be comfortable wearing their own hair and to be confident wearing their own hair. It is challenging as a woman of color to embrace your own hair. I, for most of my entire lifetime, never wear my hair. When I get to March, Father be willing, it'll be about a year since I have been wearing my hair, which is just mind-blowing for me in itself, because I never would have thought that I would be at a point where I would be wearing my hair on a day-to-day basis. And it's shorter now than it was when I first got started, which is another thing that I couldn't have solved for myself until I got into it and I began to get comfortable with my hair. Like, I love my hair. The fact that I don't have no relaxer and I got all this body and I got, you know, the movement and the flow in my hair that I do without having a relaxer and without having to put a whole lot into it, things that I never had as far as my hair goes. That's amazing for me. So I'm very happy with that, and I want to give that to other people. That being said, 2025, you can expect me to bust up a lot of what I like to call hair myths. I'm going to go against the grain on a lot of things that people do that we've been taught, especially as people of color, ladies of color, people of color. We gotta bust some of that stuff up. Mainly product. You don't need no whole lot of product in your hair to make it do something. Product is actually more damaging to the hair, most product, than it is helpful to the hair. I really want to talk about the difference between hairstyling and hair caring. I want to talk about the importance of scalp care, and then I want to talk about some of these issues that we face and that these holistic solutions can help with, like losing your hair, thinning, excessive dandruff and scalp buildup, things of that nature. I want to address those issues because it's like, y'all can sit here and watch me detox somebody's scalp all day long, but what does that help you with if when you go home and you go to shampoo your hair, you ain't got nothing off your scalp, and then you just wet it and then you blow dry it and all that stuff is still on your scalp and you feel like you ain't even washed your hair? What good does it do you if you don't know what to do or who to get to fix your issue? You know what I'm saying? If you got 4C hair and you go to shampoo your hair, you put conditioner on it and then you dry it and your hair feels like a Brillo pad. How do you fix that? You know what I'm saying? I can't just pop a video on here for you to simply look at without explaining for you to understand how to get through that. That's like the biggest thing for me is how my hair feels. It's not even how it looks for me more than it's how my hair feels. It's the fact that when I run my fingers through my hair, I mean, like, seeing it is one thing. You can see kind of like how soft it is. But when you touch it, to touch my hair, and it's so soft and it's so, like, I've never felt my hair like that. Even when I was wearing like a relaxer, and even when I was doing like heavy conditioning treatments, I was cracking eggs, mixing the eggs up in the conditioner, slapping it on my hair. I was letting my hair sit in oil. I was doing all types of stuff, and it only felt soft when it was wet. The minute it was dry, it felt like a Brillo pad. Your hair shouldn't feel like a Brillo pad at no point. So with that being said, it's those type of issues that I'm here to try to address and talk about, because there is solutions for these problems. Our hair is not supposed to feel like that. A lot of the times the hair is dehydrated and then it's coated with products because that's what we like to do. We like to set products on it. I also want to kind of have more life talks about why we doing what we doing when it comes to our hair. Why are we covering it up? Why are we braiding it all the time? Why are we wearing wigs constantly? Why are we wearing weaves? Why do we feel like we need something else to go with our hair or to go on top of our hair for us to look presentable? That is a big bulk to the issues that we have with our hair, is because we're covering it. So the big question is, why are we covering our hair? As women of color, why are you covering it up? Why are you putting other things on top of it? Why are you slapping so much product on it that it can't breathe, it can't move? Why are you doing these things? And when it comes down to it, it's all because we're trying to fit in with beauty standards. We're all trying to look whatever we've been defined as looking good. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, things that look good really ain't good on the inside. You know, I hate to put it out there like that, but it's the truth. It's just like with food, like junk food look good. Like, oh my goodness, fried chicken and all that stuff, it looks so good, but it's not the best for you. You mess around and you see a glass of water, and then you see, I don't know, some Kool-Aid or something that you really like to drink, a soda, something like that. Depending on where your mindset is, that sugary something might look a lot better to you than water, but that water is going to do you better than that sugary drink. I hope this is making like some kind of sense. Like, a hairstyle might look good and it might on the surface feel like, ooh, that's what I need, that's what I need to have. But hair care is really what's gonna help you in the long run. Like, it might not look like the better option when you're looking at it for only beauty's sake, but when you're really looking at it for like health and integrity of your hair, you'll realize that less is more. Minimal product is better than maximum product. And maximum care is better than minimal care. So when it comes down to all of that, that's what I'm here to do. Help us with the mindset shift. I will probably still post like detox videos from time to time, scratching scalps and stuff like that, but I'm really trying to get away from that being the focus of this channel, because it's the issues that we face as women of color with our hair. That's really my focus of this channel, of the brand, of even pushing hair care. I really want to help as many ladies as I can to embrace that they don't have to do the things that we've been taught that we have to do to have beautiful hair. So it's my goal to get us out of relaxers. It's my goal to get us out of weaves, at least from feeling like you got to do it consistently and constantly, and that's the only way that you can make something happen. So those are my goals for this year, is to kind of take each subject by subject, and then just come on here and talk about it and have open conversation and dialogue about it. We all have challenges, issues, struggles with our hair. So those things I just want to lay on the table and talk about. And not just for women, but for men too. Because men struggle with their hair as well, but mostly for women and women of color is what this is really geared towards, because we have a different kind of struggle that only people of color would know about. From the texture of our hair to the way that we've been taught to take care of our hair, from the things that we put in our hair to how often we shampoo it. We struggle, and I'm here to try to help with some of that struggle. So that's what you can look forward to this year. Last year, you know, things kind of picked up for me a lot quicker than I was expecting for them to. It took off faster than I could like organize everything to really get it out there the way that I wanted to. So with that being said, I do apologize for my hiatus, because I think I've been gone since like November. But I have personal things going on. I am a single mama of a baby with special needs. So that's my first hat. That's my primary hat, is that mama hat. So I had to sweat out and settle things in my personal life so that I could get back to business in the way that I wanted to. So I'm going through the process of rebranding, and I am going through the process of revamping this channel so that I can do more as far as it goes with my purpose and what I'm really trying to do. So I apologize for the hiatus. I apologize for my absence, but I am back. I will be back, and we're gonna talk about hair. We're gonna talk about how to care for it properly, and we're gonna take better care of what we've been given, because you really can't expect more if you don't take care of what you got. I mean, you can go buy some more, but it ain't gonna help you with what you actually got. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to take care of that. So I pray that everybody's 2025 is off to a great and wonderful start. I pray that everybody is able to walk more in their purpose and what they're trying to do, getting their goals fulfilled this year. And for those that are looking for healthier hair, I pray that I'm able to help you get to healthier hair because it's doable. Like, no relaxer. That amazes me. That's why I'm always saying it. I don't got no relaxer. I don't use no conditioner in my hair. Um, just my water solution. We'll talk more about my water solution. We will talk more about the products that I use in my hair, which are very minimal. And we'll talk more about the approaches to having more manageable hair, softer hair, silkier hair, shinier hair, healthier hair without the use of excessive harsh chemicals. And also talking about like if you're gonna color or if you're gonna bleach your hair or if you are gonna wear a wig, if you are gonna wear braids, how to maintain your hair while you're doing that, because the care in between is very important. So I'm gonna cut that off here. That's about my 20 minutes. Yep, 20 minutes. I did good, 21 minutes. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Have a great and wonderful rest of this week, this month. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna be back. I'm still working on that, but I'll be back. So I'll see y'all soon.